I've never heard of Expedition 33, but a viewer of mine gifted to me because he said that this is the first Game of the Year contender. Well, here are my first impressions. When I first saw the title screen, I honestly thought this is another AAA game. Most of the AAAs I've played have been disappointing or mid, except for Elden Ring. Turns out this was made by a new studio with only 20 people. Then I heard this was made by Ubisoft employees, which is a red flag for me. I was expecting this to be filled with microtransactions and subscription requests, but then I saw that it only cost $50 and microtransactions and subscriptions were not part of the game. This left me in a very convoluted state, so convoluted that I don't know what to expect. Now let's go over what I think is the game's strongest asset, the presentation. It reminds me of Hogwarts Legacy. Characters look cartoonishly realistic. The world itself seems to be in France, but with a Final Fantasy touch. A mixture of realistic setting with fantasy elements. The cutscenes are beautifully done and the soundtrack is quite memorable. However, the lip syncing is a bit off. I played on the English setting, so maybe it's supposed to be French? That said, for only $50 and a team of only 20 people, I'm shocked that this game was even possible. Now let's go over my favorite part, the gameplay. This is a turn-based RPG based on Persona's combat system. However, they also added quick-time events to the combat, which reminds me of Lost Odyssey. Specific actions require charges, and you'll need to keep them high if you want to use powerful attacks, which is an inverse of Final Fantasy VII Remake's ATB system. Lastly, the turn indicator on the top left is straight out of Final Fantasy X. The traversal aspect of this game is pretty much a copy of Final Fantasy XVI. Linear level, no random encounters, dungeon crawler design. There's also no map, but the levels are not wide enough for you to get too lost. There's nothing original about this combat system, but at the end of the day, as long as it's functional and fun, I'll be satisfied, which I currently am. Now the main criticism I have for this combat is that I am playing on the expert difficulty, which makes the combat feel bloated. Take this guy for example. I think I died about 5 to 6 times, but the last fight took almost 12 minutes. I don't have a problem if my characters get two-shotted, but the bosses take way too much time to kill. Because every enemy seems to only have 2 to 3 moves, mastering the timing isn't the challenge here, it's the mental tediousness of it. Finally, the story. I just got past the underwater dungeon, so maybe my impression will change. From what I understand, the world is suffering from the influence of a fascist, female French painting Thanos. She draws a number on an island, and if you are over the age limit, then you get turned into flowers. A number of expeditions is sent out to stop this age discrimination practice, but they've all been in vain. So it's up to the oldest looking Frenchie, Gustave, and his ragtag group of waifu to yeet this world of this ageist bitch. My issue here isn't the plot, but the characters. The way everyone speaks is very anime-esque, like the modern Final Fantasy. It's like they are reading a cheesy script rather than sounding like actual humans communicating. The game also introduced way too many characters in the beginning. Oh, this girl is your ex? This girl is your fling? This guy is your friend? Oh, you're on the expedition too? How about the sister? I barely had enough brain cells to comprehend the plot, and then most of them dies before I even finish the tutorial. Yes, I feel bad, but I don't know these people. My point is that in order to get emotionally attached to a character, you have to make me, the player, to care, not just the character we play as. Speaking of the player we play as, Gustave, dude looks like a Chad, but has the personality of a mangina. Today is my last day, so I'm gonna spend it with my ex-girlfriend. This is the last time I will see her, so I'm gonna hold her hand instead of hitting those melons. I want to break protocol, so I'm gonna gaslight my squad to get what I want. I don't feel like going forward, even though I signed up for this trip. That flower looks important to that giant monster, so I'm gonna go pick it up. I swear every woman in this game has more balls and brains than him. Overall, I'm enjoying the game, despite my nitpicking. I'll be streaming it tonight, so feel free to join if you want to argue.